The little girl immediately noticed that the Buddha amulet on her uncle's neck had been cursed. She then took out a talisman to seal it temporarily. When they got home, she told her uncle that the jade pendant was a Frapita amulet, an item of pure yang energy used to suppress inner evil forces, but now someone was using it to steal his luck. Next, she drew a new talisman over the sealed amulet. Following the guidance of the talisman, she was led to an empty room on the second floor. Based on her past experience, she decisively opened the wardrobe. Sure enough, she found her uncle's hair inside. She realized that someone was trying to harm her uncle. She then used mystical techniques to undo the curse. It turned out that the little girl was a young disciple of the Tianzuan sect. Over 5 years, she had mastered all the skills of her sect. However, because the little girl ate too much, her master could no longer afford to feed her. To ensure she wouldn't starve, her master came up with an idea. He pretended that the sect had gone bankrupt and sent her down the mountain to find her wealthy father, to make sure she would leave as soon as possible. He even gave her 2 treasures before she left. One was the Sanqing bell to dispel evil energy. The other was a divine needle capable of neutralizing any malevolent force. Although she was reluctant to leave her master, she was eventually sent down the mountain. Sitting alone by the roadside, the little girl didn't know where to go. At that moment, a passing woman noticed her. Seeing how skinny and hungry she looked, the woman felt sorry for her and brought her to the orphanage for a meal. After learning that the little girl was searching for her father, the director of the orphanage immediately collected her blood sample to send for a DNA match. The results came back quickly. Her father was on his way. Meanwhile, the woman noticed the food wasn't nearly enough for the little girl, so she decided to buy more. The little girl, however, reminded her to be careful of the baby in her belly. The woman froze in shock. She had been married for 5 years without conceiving. How could she possibly be pregnant? But the little girl's words sparked hope in her heart. The woman bought a pregnancy test and was astonished to find that she was indeed pregnant. Overjoyed, she called the little girl her lucky star. By this time, the little girl's wealthy father had arrived. Seeing his daughter, he burst into tears. She looked exactly like his late wife. The emotional father took the little girl home with him. As soon as they stepped into the house, the little girl sensed an ominous energy filling the place. She warned her father that something evil was in the house. Her father was skeptical, but the little girl gave him a protective talisman and urged him to carry it with him at all times. Her father nodded in agreement. He then introduced her to the other family members. Her uncle, who had been left disabled and unable to walk due to a car accident, was sitting in a wheelchair. The little girl confidently said that she could heal his legs. Everyone laughed at her, thinking she was just a child making wild claims, but she firmly insisted she could do it. At that moment, her 4th aunt arrived with a gift. She said it was chosen by her daughter Cece for the little girl, but the little girl immediately refused the gift. She even revealed the 4th aunt's inner thoughts of cursing her. The 4th aunt became furious and swore to get rid of the little girl.